You are home. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I missed you. I missed this so much. I may look a little rough right now. The sun is still doing its thing outside, and it's like, so I'm gonna be getting dark. I'm gonna be getting light. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that until we get a new ring light. I couldn't bring my ring light with me on the plane, so welcome back to my pop heart. I am your host, Meli Moon. Oh my gosh, guys, we are back. I have not done this in like 3 months. Oh my gosh, but it's definitely the refreshing that I need. Oh my gosh, guys, me and consistency, we have a interesting relationship and we're still trying to work it out. So please bear with me. Please bear with me because consistency. But I feel like I need these breaks to just, I guess, experience life and just to come back to podcasting and be just like, I'm ready. This feels good. This feels like a right time. When things align and feel perfect, just like today, everything aligned. Me not having anything to do today, just people around, just everything aligned for me to record today. And so right now it felt right. Like, let's record a new episode of the podcast. It's been so long since I have talked to you guys. Thank you for the ones that's been hanging on. And then, hey to the new people. What's up? I am Meli. I have a pop culture podcast. I just love pop culture. I grew up watching so much pop culture ever since I was little baby. So I have so much knowledge about it and I enjoy talking about it. So like, hey, do the things that you love. I feel like with the internet, that has allowed a lot of people to do what they love in ways that they never thought that they would be doing it, audiences that they never thought that they would be in front of. So, yeah, I encourage anybody. You have something that you love and it brings you joy and gets you out of a negative mindset, then do it. I encourage anyone to do it. But yes, we are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. So, we're just going to talk about a few things. We are in 2026 also. We're in 2026. So, I just want to like briefly talk about some things in 2025 and a little bit of 2026. As I haven't talked to you guys in 3 months. I am still in New York City. I'm in a different place than y'all last saw me. I was in the kitchen of the previous place I was staying in Queens, and now I am in Brooklyn. I am in Brooklyn, New York, and this is my room. Maybe one day I'll give y'all like a full like tour or whatever. But yeah, this is my room, New York City living. Oh my gosh, guys, I missed you. I really did. I really did. But sometimes you get into those mind spaces where you know that something brings you joy and something that is a part of your journey and something that you will be doing on a big major scale one day, but you do not have the desire. I want to give you my best, the best Meli. So yeah, so I wasn't doing it, and it's so weird because I feel like this happens. This happens around like holidays. I've kind of noticed that in my track record of like podcasting is that around the holiday season, around like winter, I think maybe it starts in like October or something, and it just takes over. Even with my journaling, notice with last year and with this year there was like my journaling is not consistent, but I noticed around that time. So I don't know if it's some kind of seasonal, tied in like maybe seasonal depression. Some people get seasonal depression, or just, I don't know. I don't know, or maybe just enjoying the holidays because I have been enjoying the holidays and my new home in New York. So I don't know what it is, but I am here now. It is January in 2026, and I'm ready to talk about a few things. Okay. There's also a thing where I absolutely hate cold weather. So that's been difficult trying to explore New York and and get some experience under my belt because I hate cold weather. So I'm constantly like power walking everywhere, power walking to the train, power walking to work, power walking home to the store. I'm just power walking. Like I'm not trying to do a stroll. It's freezing here, y'all. Every day it's like 30 and below. So it is freezing in New York. Um, but yeah, New York is great, and I feel like once it gets like warmer in the springtime, like I know that I'm going to fall in love with the city deeply. And people that live here that are from New York has told me that too. They were just like, once the summertime hit, like everybody's gonna be out. There's gonna be so much to do. Like you are gonna fall in love in New York, and I'm like, I'm so ready for that because this cold weather is just not my jam. It is not. And then I make it harder for myself by going on the weather app and looking at like all the places that I've lived. I'm like looking in Texas and it's like, oh, it's about 60 degrees. Looking in North Carolina, they kind of have crappy weather too right now, but not as bad as New York. And then, last but not least, I look at Los Angeles and they have a high of 80 degrees. While it's like 25 degrees here, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? I feel like when I lived in LA, the winters wasn't that warm. I don't remember it being in January or December and it being 80 degrees outside. I remember it being like chilly, but not like freezing cold, but like chilly. And I'm like, how the F is it 80 degrees there right now? And it's literally like the whole week. It's like 79 degrees, 75 degrees, 80 degrees, 82 degrees. I'm like, are you freaking serious right now? But still I rise. Still I rise. But Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl album. I know that y'all have already heard everybody's opinions. You've already listened to it and everything. But I have to give mine because that was an album that I was so excited for and I had so much anticipation about. Maybe I'll insert a clip. So excited for this album. I have a feeling that this is going to be my album. I have a feeling this is going to be mine for me. So I was super excited for it. The way that they pumped up this album whenever she went on Travis Kelce and his brother's podcast, New Heights, they pumped it up like this was going to be basically a 1989 part two. That's basically how they pumped it up to be. So we're all like excited, like, oh my gosh, like this is going to be one of the biggest albums. Like this is going to be just like pop royalty. And the album did not serve pop royalty. It did not tier. I do have a few songs that I absolutely enjoy from that album. It's not a flop to me. Some people are saying that it's a flop album, but to me, I don't think that it's a flop album. I don't think at all that it is that. It's just they made it seem like this was her best work yet, and we were going to be on our feet, like dancing and like just really doing our white girl dances. Like, so there was 13 songs on the album. Wait, what? No, 12 songs. But what is "And Baby That's Show Business" for you? What is that? Oh, it's a video. Okay. So yeah, it was 12 songs on the album. We got "The Fate of Ophelia," the lead single. Elizabeth Taylor, Opalite, Father Figure, Eldest Daughter, Ruin the Friendship, Actually Romantic, Wish List, Wood, Cancelled, Honey, and The Life of the Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter, which she is one of the biggest showgirls right now that we have. So yeah. So yeah, I had high hopes, but it's a pretty decent album when I say this. This is my opinion. It's a pretty decent album when you have at least five of the songs downloaded on your phone to listen to. And the five songs that I have is The Fate of Ophelia, of course. That's an amazing song. That's a really good pop song. That's a really good song to add to Taylor's just like pop legacy. It really is. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, I liked it when I first heard it, but with Taylor songs, there's this thing where it's like you hear a song, you're like, okay, I like it, and you download it on your phone or your computer, and then it has this weird thing of like a week later or a few weeks later or even a month later, you're just like singing the song in your head and you just get obsessed with it and you listen to it every day. That's how Elizabeth Taylor crept up into my mind. I enjoyed it when I first heard it, and I was like, okay, I'm just listening to the other songs, and I really didn't pay Elizabeth Taylor that much attention. I really was obsessed with The Fate of Ophelia because that really is a good song. And I know with the Swifties, they have this like, when you like the lead single the most and everything, they're just like, oh, are you really a true Taylor fan? But she knows how to pick a good single. She really does. And so The Fate of Ophelia was perfect to give to us first. But Elizabeth Taylor just like crept into my mind, and I was just singing it every day, like every hour. I was at work and I was like, Elizabeth Taylor. Like, I was obsessed with that song for like 3 weeks. I listened to it every day, at least 5 times a day. Like, so good. That's a really good song. And especially growing up, and like seeing the stuff about Elizabeth Taylor growing up, me being big into movies and TV and stuff, so you always hear the name Elizabeth Taylor, and you see her, and you see her famous friends and her engagements and how many times she's been married. She's been either married or engaged 9 times, I believe. I think she was married 9 times before she died. So yeah, so knowing that too, it brings in a pop culture element into that song. So knowing Elizabeth Taylor and then this song and then like Taylor being so in love right now, and she's like, don't leave my life, like I cry my eyes by Elizabeth Taylor, like so good. So yeah, Elizabeth Taylor, Ruin the Friendship. I thought that song was pretty good. Cancelled. Cancelled gives me like a Billie Eilish vibe. That song is I feel like very Billie Eilish inspired. So I like Cancelled. I like it. And I feel like with Taylor's album, she comes out with like a few different songs where you can tell she's experimenting. You can tell she's been inspired by another artist. You can see her just like experimenting with it and just making it her own. I can tell that she does that in her albums. I feel like everyone can spot those songs where it's like, whoa, okay, this doesn't sound like something that Taylor would make, but it sounds similar to another artist. And it's not that she's like copying them or anything. It's just, she's inspired by it and she's like, oh, I like the sound. Let me like play around with it. And like, she doesn't change her whole identity to sound like anybody else, but like she experiments. And that's what Cancel was for me. And last but not least, The Life of a Showgirl. When I first heard that song, I was like, this sounds similar to another song. Because it did. Yeah. But yeah, it sounded a little similar to another song. I just could not put my finger on it. I was like, this sounds a little familiar, but it's a great song. Like the storytelling in it, it sounds like a good old country song. I don't know if I told y'all this about me, but I dabble in a lot of genres, and I do enjoy some country. And this sounds like a song that could have been like sung by like honestly, um, like Casey Musgraves. Yeah, I could definitely hear like Casey Musgraves like singing Sabrina's part. But yeah, like Casey Musgraves and maybe like a Maren Morris. Honestly, that would be, whew. Maren Morris and Casey Musgraves like did a cover of The Life of a Showgirl. That would smack. And I know Maren Morris is no longer country now. She is now crossed over to pop. But I would love to hear that. Like, but this sounds like a good old like country song, or just like a good old guitar playing song. It's a great song. And then later I found out why it sounded familiar because it's supposedly sounded like a song by the Jonas Brothers called Cool. And I'm like, okay, I can hear the similarities, but The Life of a Showgirl, their storytelling and the lyrics and just it's so personal too because and it's so real because I feel like we grew up, a lot of us, looking at these big pop stars and these big showgirls and these big entertainers, like Beyonce or Madonna or Britney Spears and even the Disney Channel girls, Raven and Hilary Duff and Demi Lovato and Pamela Anderson even. Um, we grew up looking at them and we're just like, wow, they haven't made, like, their life is just, whoa, these are showgirls and they're doing what they want, they're empowered, they're confident, like they're going on tour, they're seeing their fans, they're rich, like they have the life that I want. And so I love songs like this, The Life of a Showgirl. They talk about the parts that you don't hear about that much of being like, this is the life of a showgirl, and you're never gonna want to like actually experience what it is and what it takes to be a showgirl. And over the years, I've definitely paid attention when these like big names like Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter, whenever they open up, and Ariana Grande has done that in the past, Selena Gomez has done that in the past, Demi Lovato obviously has opened up about, it's just like it's not as easy as it seems. Like, y'all want my life, but it's like this is some hard work, this is some sacrifices, this is a lot of things that you have to endure. The criticism, the possibly sexual harassment, and all of it. So this song is like a cool, sweet song that like tells a story, and it's also just like you don't know the life of a showgirl, and you're never gonna wanna. I love that. It's some transparency, which I love, and they done it in such a beautiful way. So yeah. So the album I will rate 1 out of 10, 10 being the best. I'm gonna say The Life of a Showgirl was a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. Like, taking out the expectations that I had about the album, because I had a lot of expectations. Like, I probably shouldn't have watched that New Heights episode with Taylor, because Travis, his reactions and how he was just like, yes, this is another. So you're thinking you're gonna be like danced all night. We're thinking some like, I'm not gonna lie, we were kind of thinking a little bit like a future nostalgic, future nostalgia, like Dua Lipa. You know how that whole album, you're just on your feet dancing and bops, 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 and so that's what we were all waiting for, and we did not get it. Maybe next time. And she even worked with these big producers that have produced her best music, in my opinion. Freaking Max Martin. Whew. But they came up with some good music. Taking expectations aside, if I listened to the album without listening to that podcast episode, I would rate it a 7. So yeah, there's that. So what I feel about it, and that finally you get how I feel about this album, because I literally was so excited for it. So yeah, so there's that. Okay. So I've watched a lot of movies in 2025, and the Golden Globes just happened. So we're going to talk about some of these movies and some of these nominees and the winners. Here is your award recap. So the Golden Globes. I watch a lot of movies, y'all. I'm back on my movie. Well, I don't think I've ever left. I'm a movie theater guy through and through. So first, we are going to do the best motion picture drama. So the nominees for this one was Frankenstein. I have not seen Frankenstein. There's so many Frankensteins that they've made. I'm kind of over it at this point with how many Frankensteins remakes there's been. And I think there's another new Frankenstein remake that is coming out about the Bride of Frankenstein, which Frankenstein is still in it. So it's still like, come on now. We get it. Frankenstein. And I think there was two that came out in 2025. So there's Frankenstein, Hamnet. Uh, I don't. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like Hamlet, but Hamnet. It was just an accident. I haven't seen that one. Sentimental Value. I haven't seen that one either. Sinners. I have seen that one. I need to watch that a second time. I need to watch it a second time because I heard when you watch it a second time, it's like even deeper and it's like, whoa. So Sinners, and then The Secret Agent. Okay, so I've only seen one of these movies, and that was Sinners. But the winner of this one was Hamnet. I might have to check out Hamnet. Maybe. It kind of seems boring to me watching the trailers. I'm not really into those, like, I call it period pieces. Not really into those. But I might have to check it out because it did win. So, best motion picture, musical, or comedy? We have Blue Moon. I haven't seen it. Begonia, so good. I watched it for the second time or third. I watched it for the second time the other day, like 3 days ago. Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme was so good. I watched that in theaters and I was not expecting much. And I think at the time that I was at the theaters, there wasn't anything else to watch at that time. So I was like, let me check out this ping pong movie. No, Marty Supreme was so good. Timothy Chalamet was amazing in that movie. No Other Choice. I haven't seen that. Nouvelle Vague. I haven't seen that either. One Battle After Another. That movie was extremely good also. So good. So on this list, I've seen Begonia, One Battle After Another, and Marty Supreme. All three of them deserve it. But if I would have to pick out of this list, I'd say One Battle After Another. The acting was crazy. I literally forgot from the beginning of this movie to the end of this movie that it was Leonardo DiCaprio because he really did transform into this like 40 something year old like dad that is just is a pothead that is just very paranoid and just so good. And Tiana Taylor was so good, and Sean Penn was he deserves an Oscar nomination for how good he did. And Regina Hall was good, like whew. So I would give it to One Battle After Another, and that was the winner. Man, this I feel like I'm a booger. Okay. Best Motion Picture Animated. Arco, Demon Slayer, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelia, and Zootopia 2. I have not seen any of these. I too still want to see Zootopia. I don't know if it's still in theaters, but I would love to see that before it leaves. But the winner of this was K-pop Demon Hunters. So far, this award season's when it comes to animation, they have been sweeping. They get every award for animation. So I guess it has to be that good. I know the songs are great. I have a couple of them on my phone. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out one day. But they are sweeping so far when it comes to animation, song categories, best picture, motion picture. So yeah, the golden song. Golden, golden. Best motion picture, non-English language. It was just an accident. No Other Choice. Sentimental Value. Surat. The Secret Agent, the voice of Hind Rajab. It's either Hind Rajab or Hind Rajab. I haven't seen any of these. Who was the winner? And The Secret Agent was the winner, which I've seen a little bit of a interview with what's his name? The main character guy, and he is Brazilian through and through, and he's a proud Brazilian. So I'm happy for him that he won this. Because he really is. He loves the work that he does. Best performance by a female actor in a motion picture drama. So we have Eva Victor from Sorry Baby, Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love, which I really wanted to see in theater so bad, but I was not able to watch it because only select theaters were playing it. Which, if they got Golden Globes nominations, I think they should be playing that at every theater. Hopefully, I can catch it before it leaves. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Julia Roberts for After the Hunt. After the Hunt was a really good movie. That's a movie that they could have turned into a show and did a whole season, and I would have been hooked the whole season. The acting was perfect. The what is really going on, who's telling the truth was perfect, because the whole movie I was going back and forth of being like, who is telling the truth in this? Great movie. I think it's Renate or Renata. I don't know how to say this name. RR for Sentimental Value. And there's Tessa Thompson for Hedda. And the winner of that was Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. So I guess Hamnet is a good movie. I feel like some of these award shows, I feel like they when it comes to these films about those times and like the Shakespearean times, I feel like they just already automatically get a lot of these awards. So yeah, best performance by a male actor in a motion picture drama. We have Dwayne Johnson for The Smashing Machine. Honestly, I don't know if I was sleepy that day or if that movie sucked, but I was so bored and I think I fell asleep during the movie. It was just not that good to me. Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen. I did not see that movie. I'm not too familiar with Springsteen, so I was just like, there was other movies that I could watch at the time that this was released, so I picked other movies. Joel Egerton for Train Dreams. I haven't seen that. Michael B. Jordan for Sinners. I've seen that. And Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein and Wagner Mora for The Secret Agent. And the winner for that was Wagner for The Secret Agent. Congrats to him. Holy moly, how many pages do we have? I cannot do all of these. Okay, best performance by a female actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Amanda Seyfried, The Testament of Anne Lee. Maybe we're just gonna start just calling out the winners. That's what we're gonna do, because I just saw that there was 5 pages of this. So the winner for this was Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Okay, I have not watched that movie, but I do want to see that movie because it doesn't show the kid the whole time in the movie. It just shows how annoying the kid is. Best performance by a male actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. The winner of that was Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme. Well deserved. Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any motion picture was Tiana Taylor. Well deserved. Well deserved. Best performance by a male actor in a supporting role in any motion picture, Stellan Skarsgård. Do Your Thing for Sentimental Value. I've not seen that. Best director. Winner was Paul Thomas Anderson from One Battle After Another. I do think Ryan Coogler should have gotten that. Best screenplay. One Battle After Another, Paul Thomas Anderson. We're not going to do score. We're not going to do song. Cinematic and box office achievement went to Sinners. Definitely deserved. Everyone knows that. Best television drama went to The Pit. Oh, Severance was on here. And Severance is literally, out of all the TV shows that I've watched in my whole life, Severance is top 5 best drama series to me ever, in the top 5. Severance is great. And I've watched a lot of TV. And that is top 5, past, present, and future. Best television series, and musical, or comedy. We have The Studio. I watched, I think, the first 2 episodes of The Studio. It was decent. I no longer have Apple TV. I think I was going on like a 30-day a 30-day free trial thing. Yeah, I guess The Studio's good. Let's see. Best performance by a female actor in a television series. The winner of that was Rhea Seahorn for Pluribus. I've not watched it. Best performance by a male actor in a television series. That went to Noah Weil for The Pit. I heard The Pit is so good. I heard it's like edge of your seat good. Best performance by a female actor in a television series, Jean Smart for Hacks. I really need to get into that. I need someone's HBO Max account really bad because there's so many shows that I need to catch up on because I used to pay for a HBO Max account. So many shows. There's Hacks that I need to watch. I've never watched Hacks, but I heard it's hilarious. There's yeah, what's Yellow Jackets? No, Yellow Jackets was on HBO Max. Um the Sex and the City spinoff. And Just Like That, I need to finish that. And I don't know, what was the other show? Oh, and The White Lotus. Yes. And also Euphoria is about to come back on, so yeah. Um, Best performance by male actor in television series. The winner of that was Seth Rogen for The Studio. Okay, and since we're on a podcast, I guess last but not least, we're gonna do best podcast. Okay, the nominees for the best podcast category for Golden Globes. This is the first year that they are doing something like this, but the people in the category is Dax Shepard for Armchair Expert. Call Her Daddy was in this. I wonder if Alex Cooper was there. I don't think she was there. But Call Her Daddy. Good Hang with Amy Poehler. Smartless, the Mel Robbins podcast, and Up First. So out of all of these podcasts, the ones that I have listened to is Call Her Daddy, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, and the Mel Robbins podcast. All the girl ones. But so good. I think it should have went to Call Her Daddy. Alex Cooper has came a long way from talking about like sex toys and sex positions and the Cock 3000. But oh yeah, I was gonna say, but my runner-up would have been a winner, but no. And then second, the Mel Robbins podcast is so good. It is so informational and is so important to the world. So that would have been my runner-up, and then it would have been Good Hang with Amy Poehler. It is Good Hang with Amy Poehler is a really good podcast. You can tell that this wasn't from the beginning episode, the first episode. You can tell that this is not a podcast that started out like the other podcast, where it's like on our first episode, we were it's sitting in our closet because so much echo in the house, or like being under a comforter recording. You can tell this one was like full production. Like, okay, we're making this podcast somewhat of like a talk show in a way. So she had a lot of support to make her podcast because I think she's only had one season. She's like the newest podcaster out of this whole category. And for her to be the winner of a Golden Globe, the first time doing a category like this, is wild. But she does have a good quality show, and she's funny. She's Amy freaking Poehler, one of the funniest women that came from SNL. So yeah, I can see why she got that, because she came into the game strong with her production. She has everything organized. Her segments are great. Yeah, so she does somewhat deserve it. But I would like to see who's going to be in this category for next year. And I wonder if any of the other awards this year, because award season has just started. I know we had the Critics' Choice and now Golden Globes, but I think we still have a few more. I wonder if they're going to start incorporating podcasting into the award space now. So I guess we shall see, guys. That's a wrap on the Golden Globes for this year. It's a wrap on Golden Globes. So yes, I just wanted to pop on here really quick, guys, and talk to you guys. It wasn't really quick because I have freaking gift of gab. But I'm just excited to be back recording this podcast. Oh my gosh, comment on what you want me to talk about next in 2026. Is there any new segments that you want me to talk about? Reach out to me, guys. I am taking any questions, any advice, anything. But yeah, this year is going to be great, and I'm definitely going to try to start recording regularly. So yes, a lot is coming in 2026, and I'm also going to start talking more about personal life. I'm going to try to intertwine both of those and bring in some new elements into my pop heart. So this is the first episode of 2026, guys, and in Brooklyn. On top of that, first episode of Brooklyn and 2026. Love you guys. Be kind to one another and be open-hearted, open mind, and stay warm because it is cold AF. Okay, guys. Until next time, peace, love, and pop.